For those who click and watch on this video, whether or not you are a Marvel Rivals or Overwatch fan, I myself being a somewhat fan of both. I have, I think, 7 to 8 years of experience on Overwatch through both competitive and quick play. I have over 1,000 hours on the game, and I played 21 hours of the Marvel Rivals closed beta. I got an eBay code for it. I spent $20 on it. This video will cover a lot of aspects that I will fluently give my opinion, but I will back up with actual evidence and just give sort of my take on. This is kind of a retrospective video essay, if you will, where I kind of give my thoughts on the whole Marvel Rivals is just a clone of Overwatch, which, in a lot of aspects, yes. But let's not forget that Overwatch has taken a lot from other games as well. This is not necessarily a comparison video, this is not a who's better video, this is me defending and opposing a lot of aspects of these games. So, with that being said, I hope you give this video a full watch, understand what I'm saying as a fan, and maybe I can persuade you all into understanding that both of these games have a lot of potential. One of them isn't foreseeing it, and the other one is clearly putting a lot more passion into it, and that's making people upset. With that being said, enjoy the video. Overwatch has come a very long way. From practically an indie game by Blizzard, it came out and it was hyped. They kept showing cinematics, which again, let me clarify. The best part of Overwatch right now are their cinematics, and I hope they keep making more. I feel like the people who make the cinematics are the Overwatch 1 team. Few that are still left. When Overwatch came out, I used to play Orange Box, which was, for you younglings out there, the Orange Box was a Steam and Xbox game, Xbox 360. It was an amalgamation of, or I should say, a collection of games that had Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2 in parts, Portal 1, and TF2 for Xbox. And I would play it all the time. Of course, there were only 2 maps, and the servers were all over the place. But I played TF2 a lot, and I fell in love with it at a very young age. I had friends who adored TF2, and I loved watching the Meet the Crews, you know, where we got those funny little cinematics about the characters in Team Fortress. My childhood best friend at the time invited me to his house, and I spent the night. He's like, dude, I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. And I had heard about Overwatch, but I didn't care for it. And I'm like, man, that sucks. It just stole from TF2. It's just another TF2, and it's no different from a Call of Duty TF2. And then I played it. I played Reaper, and I fell in love with the game. Yeah, I hit this like anime. There was like an anime darkness inside me, you know, that I just ripped my clothes off, and I was the best Overwatch player I could be. And so for Christmas, I asked for Overwatch, and I got it, and I played it, and played it, and played it a lot. And once I got done playing it on Xbox and I got a PlayStation, I asked for it again on Christmas, and I got it for PlayStation. And then we got the trailer you are watching now, and I believe 2019, around when Avengers Endgame came out. And I remember being at school telling my best friend, like, dude, this is like the endgame of Overwatch. And he's like, no, it's not. Let me watch. And then, well,
back in the fight.
Forgive me, Lord. What the fuck happened? Not only is this literally Captain America looking towards Thanos' army, and then all of a sudden, on your left, and they all come in and kick serious butt, and it's amazing, and we see all these characters that we love, and it's just amazing. It's literally like an overstimulation feeling as an Overwatch fan, like, oh my gosh, this is the first time Overwatch is truly together, because in the game's lore, they disbanded because the world's against them, so they have to prove to the world that they matter, so they all come together and face against the Omnic. It's huge, and it's a one-of-a-kind thing, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing! The trailer even goes forward by showing Echo, a new hero at that point, in which we didn't have, who was revealed in at the time McCree cinematic, where we met Ash and Bob, and we were like, oh, who's that character? We'll establish that soon. Then the trailer continues to go on and show us combined activity, like teammate abilities, interlock shields, combined ults. Like, they went out of their way to be like, hey, you couldn't do this in the game initially, but here's a little hint at what's to come in the future. You could work with your team, because alt combinations are always the same. You know, the Diva Zarya alt combo, the Diva Rein alt combo, the Diva Sigma alt combo, the Sigma Wrecking Ball combo. There's always been a, hey, get ready, I'm about to ult, and then your teammate ults and you make the biggest move ever. It was given to us in this trailer to make us think, like, oh my gosh, look, Pulse Bomb may ult. It's amazing. Hold on, this too. This is phenomenal. Wow, Genji's so cool! I hope he does a lot in Overwatch 2! But the point is, okay, I'll calm down. Overwatch 2 promised us a lot. And as an Overwatch fan, I was shaking every day. I thought about how bad Overwatch 1 was because of all the stuff they promised in Overwatch 2. And then after this trailer, which I still love, I love the cinematic, it warms my heart, and it feels like what Overwatch used to feel like. And then they made a little gameplay trailer, and they showed off what was coming to Overwatch 2. Here you go. Real quick, before I show you the gameplay stuff that they promised us, the trailer ends very bittersweet because Overwatch was considered dead at this point in time, and that's kind of the reason why they wanted to make an Overwatch 2. And the trailer ends with this, and I think it kind of breaks my heart a little.
Does this mean Overwatch is back?
Yes. Yes, we are.
And then soon after, we received this.
This is a global invasion.
So, how's Overwatch enjoying our city?
It's beautiful, except for all the killer robots.
Look up there! That's the command ship!
I knew you would return one day.
It has been too long, Master.
Let's get them, Brigitte!
I've got you, Papa. Time to learn some new tricks. Hey, chill out.
Hammer strike! Do not worry, I will push it. Okay, other direction. I am good at pushing things.
Sojourn here.
When Overwatch 2 was revealed, our theory was correct. We were going to have different abilities for heroes. In fact, Overwatch Blizzard Blizzard had said we'd be getting skill trees for each character in the PvE mode. That way we could customize our characters to our own liking and to our own level of uniqueness. With that, any player would have the chance to be different from another player. And it would all come down to your own skill, your own moveset, and however good you are with that character. I believe this was a PvE exclusive and a story mode aspect, so if you played story mode, you'd have access to customize your hero in any notion you'd like. I don't remember if there was exactly planned to do this in the main game, but perhaps you guys can tell me down below. I don't think there was, but there were parts of me that thought they would be using this in the actual game as well, so I'm not entirely sure on that. I don't remember it. It's been a couple years. But as we are now 11 minutes into this video, I know a lot of you have already clicked off, and a lot of you are like, okay, but where's the Marvel Rivals stuff? Well, the kind of point and reason why I wanted to make this video is I've been watching a lot of people react to Marvel Rivals. I myself found myself really liking the game. And I quit Overwatch this year. Mostly because I fell out of it. It's not even that like I got bad at the game, it's just I felt as though Overwatch isn't what it used to be. And I feel like a big portion of that is because we don't have what they promised. Though we have push and new heroes, and Overwatch 2 is a pretty different game compared to Overwatch 1, we did entirely lose the whole story mode, which I guess we didn't entirely lose it. In order to play story mode in Overwatch 2, you have to spend $15 to get it. Granted, the game is free, and you get a couple of things along with it, but this drove the question to players on why Overwatch 2 exists in the first place if Overwatch doesn't feature the PvE mode it promised. If you want to read all that, you could pause the video and read that. It was also stated in an interview pretty early on with Jeff Kaplan when he was developing Overwatch 2 that Overwatch 1 players would be able to play with Overwatch 2 players. I don't necessarily know if that was like a bit because Overwatch 1 was going to become Overwatch 2, but from the sounds of it, when he was explaining the game and how it was supposed to be, he was pretty much making it sound like if you own Overwatch 1, you can play with Overwatch 2 players. And like it was going to be a different thing, because Overwatch 2 was going to be, I guess, a story-centric game. That's what Jeff was making it sound like. Clearly, it's not what we got. Obviously, I think a huge component in the direction Overwatch has gone is the pretty much gaming demographic as of right now. Every game features a battle pass, every game features an item shop or in-game cosmetics that you have to buy with an in-game currency that costs actual money, and, that all steeps from one game. Did Fortnite kill gaming? No. But Fortnite was a $60 PvE story mode game with cosmetics, and all of a sudden, that Battle Royale free-to-play mode started kicking off and was making a lot of money. Now every Fortnite season, we get one collab skin, if not 4, collab weapons, collabs here, collabs there, something with Marvel, rarely something with DC. Here's the biggest singer out right now. It collabs, and it makes money. Hence why it's free to play, because you don't have to spend in-game cosmetics, but that's how they get you. Because, ooh, I like that character, or, ooh, I want that skin. It's the kicker. I don't think Fortnite is the reason why Overwatch does it. I just think it's highly coincidental that Overwatch 2 was announced a little soon after Fortnite. Granted, it was promising a lot different stuff, but out of the blue, everything in Overwatch gets cancelled, and Overwatch looks like this. I also want to make this point real quick. So I have Lego Bastion, right? Yeah, I know, big flex, pretty cool. I, a while back, participated in the February 2020-something Lunar New Year event where you would get Oh, it's not there anymore. Do I have it? Where's the other one? Is it a legendary? There was a Lunar New Year event skin, and for some reason it's not in here, where Bastion had a dragon on him. I earned that skin back in Overwatch 1. It was in the item shop, and clearly I don't have it anymore. There was also the event where you could get Cupid Hanzo. Don't have it. I did have it. But now it's a skin that costs gold coins, which you actually have to spend money on. And to get that, it's $20. Thanks. Again, every game has this. Marvel Rivals will have this. Marvel Rivals will probably have a battle pass. It did in the beta. It'll probably cost some sense of money. And there are in-game currencies in free games because that's how the games earn their money. My problem is that Overwatch wasn't established that way. Overwatch was not formatted to have a battle pass or in-game currency. If you want special skins in Overwatch, extra tiers and credits, as well as the battle pass, it costs $40 US. If you want the battle pass alone, it's 10 per usual, but if you want those extra skins, which are usually cooler than some of them in the battle pass, you have to spend that extra money, which is really unfortunate. Again, I have no problem with battle passes. It's basically how you handle the battle pass. Games like Fortnite, you know, were established in Battle Royale with a battle pass. If you play Save the World, there was no battle pass. In fact, you earned V-Bucks to get skins in Fortnite. Marvel Rivals is going to come out with a battle pass and an item shop. Heck, even Mortal Kombat 1 has an item shop. I don't think it needs it, but it came out that way, and that's what you got to live with. Overwatch didn't always have that. Hence why I have a problem with it. If it was like Helldivers, where you could just earn stuff for free, that'd be pretty goated, because that's how Overwatch used to be with its loot box system. Every time you leveled up, you got a loot box, which could feature anything in the game, and if you already had that item in the game, you got money to get skins. Pretty cool concept. You don't have that anymore. To also back up that small joke/claim about Fortnite, Overwatch 2 has been out for, I think, 2 years. I think this year is its 2-year anniversary. I think I'm right about that. And we've had 5 collabs for skins, each of which costing $35 to $50/$60. That's a lot in 2 years, which I know you want to make the fans happy via more content, but if your goal is to add more content via collaborations and skins, what was the goal of making Overwatch free to play? Like, if Overwatch still costs money, you could do these collabs for free as you once did with LEGO Bastion. Or you could charge the skins a little less, but people still had to pay for them. So, if your goal of the game was to add content, which you are adding new game modes, new maps, new heroes, but you're adding new skins and collaborations, every skin that's added to the game you have to pay for now. There are no free skins anymore. One's from Overwatch 1, and I think very minor few of characters that are added to Overwatch 2 cost Grey Coins, which you could earn in the game if you do the, quote, non-premium Battle Pass and get the free rewards. You can get gold coins, or Grey Coins. My phone's going off, apologies. But you still have to do that, you know? You have to pay for it. A lot of the stuff in this game is paid for, and characters used to be pay to win. You used to have to buy characters like Mauga, Junker Queen, Alari, Kiriko, Lifeweaver, Venture, and when they had betas for these characters, the characters were overpowered. I remember Mauga's beta and Venture's beta, they were completely overpowered characters, but when the game came out, they were nerfed. A lot. Which would make sense, you know, because when a character is going into the main game, you don't want him to be extremely overpowered, but now Mauga is OP again. What's that about? Which finally brings me to my last point about Overwatch.
Blizzard, after 5 years of gaslighting community into Overwatch 2 being a completely new game, the only new thing is new ways of monetization. Overwatch 2 is officially bringing 6v6 back. We were originally going to get this much.
Overwatch 2 will feature a ton of PvE content.
And then they did the big announcement and they said you're going to get this much.
With everything we've learned about what it takes to operate this game at the level that you deserve, it's clear that we can't deliver on that original vision for PvE.
Going forward, though, rather than doing a big one-time PvE releasing, we want you to be able to experience it more often and with more variety than we had originally announced.
And now they're saying we're not even going to get this?
Are you kidding me? And now, somehow, we ended up back to Overwatch 1. Incredible.
They should rename it and call it Overwatch Classic.
So Overwatch made it 5v5 for Overwatch 2 for the sole purpose of making tanks more powerful. But Marvel Rivals came out with 6v6, and a lot of people enjoyed that aspect of the game, making them compare it to Overwatch 1 due to the feeling. And now Overwatch wants to go back? Huh. Strange. Doctor Strange. Guys, that can't be coincidental in any sense, and I really hope you guys understand and think about it that way. Like, Marvel Rivals comes out for the beta. Few people get it, many people watch it and judge off that. Even Asmondgold did that.
I'm gonna be honest, I actually don't have a problem with like the premise. I think it's cool that there's another Overwatch type game, but the gameplay just feels really cheap and shitty.
I agree, Asmongold. Watching a video game really teaches me how to play it. Alright, like I stated in the beginning, this is a comparison video, but I wanted to give my genuine take on Overwatch first, just so you guys can understand that I am both for and against a lot of decisions being made on that game. But I see potential, and I see love and passion put into it, just not as much as I have been with Marvel Rivals. As you see here, I am showing the Battle Pass, I am showing that it has a store. So far, everything is free, but of course it's the beta, and they're not going to make you charge anything just yet. We have no idea how this game is going to come out, and we have no idea what exactly they're going to charge us for when the game comes out and has its full thing. A huge part of me kind of wishes the game would be a paid game, like a $30 game, and I paid for it and I could earn all these skins because I love these characters and it's an IP. But I don't know. We will have to see. Let's also start off with the biggest and most annoying aspect of this game's comparisons and, quote, downfall, and its biggest why it's a failure to Overwatch, and that's because it's, quote, another hero shooter. First things first. Overwatch did not invent hero shooters. I don't even think Team Fortress 2 did, but Overwatch took that concept from Team Fortress 2, as Valorant took it from Overwatch and CSGO. Marvel Rivals did in fact add on another Overwatch style and feel in a lot of its gameplay, and of course we will get into that. But doesn't it make sense to you, the audience, and the viewer, that this game has the most credit to be a hero shooter because it's about heroes? This game is about Marvel heroes. Yes, it plays like Overwatch. Wanda, or Scarlet Witch, is Moira. Punisher is a difference between Soldier and Bastion. Hulk is Winston, Zarya, and it has components of Diva. Penny Parker is very Diva. These characters play alike, but you could say that for any game possible. You could say that, oh, Spider-Man 2 is similar to God of War. Or this game is similar to that game because it has that stupid L3, R3 button that you press and it supercharges your character in an ultimate way. Or that story game is a clone of that one. Spider-Man 1, the PS4 edition, is a clone of The Last of Us because the games both end in a hospital where a character has to make a decision either selfish or selfishly, or selflessly. Like, yes, Marvel Rivals is an Overwatch clone, but that doesn't automatically make it bad. I saw someone out there compare Marvel Rivals to X-Defiant. They said, wow, I can't believe we're already getting the new X-Defiant. Acting like not every single one of us played X-Defiant when that was out. When Overwatch came out, it was the new TF2. When Valorant came out, it was the new Overwatch CSGO. When this came out, it's the new Overwatch. That's kind of the thing about gaming competition. They try and one-up each other. This game is very similar to Overwatch, but I feel like a lot of Overwatch players who play this, which is the biggest streaming demographic, I even took part in that, A lot of Overwatch players, the big ones, have been saying in their videos, in their reviews, talking about why Marvel Rivals will never be Overwatch, and it is in no way the Overwatch killer. They tell Marvel Rivals, you know, if you did this better, it'd be better. If you did this better, it'd be better. But they always use it in terms of Overwatch, where it's like, well, if you have this character do this, like Doomfist, or if you do this, like this mode in Overwatch, it'd be better. Dude, this is not Overwatch 1. You're not getting it back. I'm sorry Blizzard didn't give you what you promised, but this game is giving us what we promised. Battle as your favorite superheroes and villains in unique worlds across the Marvel Multiverse. Check. Create new abilities to play with all new and iconic team-up abilities. Check. Face-off and heroic fast-paced 6v6 combat. Covered that. Check. Destructible content. Reshape famous Marvel locations by dynamic environmental destruction. All of which was given to us in this game. They promised us 4 things, and they delivered. What's wrong with that? I don't understand why Overwatch players care so much about a game that copies from another game. Like, yes, this game did a lot that Overwatch did. I am not denying that. It is 100% true, and they full-on took a lot from Overwatch. As if Overwatch hasn't taken from so many other games. So why do Overwatch players care so much about what this Marvel game does that doesn't pertain to them? They're not going to play it anyway. They hate it so much, so why does it matter? And if you have a problem with this game and you want it to be Overwatch, go play Overwatch. Why does it matter? Me personally, as I stated very early on, I played 21 hours of this beta. I played every character and I streamed it for pretty much the entire weekend I had it. And I was doing great. Like, I was hitting every mark I needed to. I went games on this, and I will be posting on this channel. I'm milking this content out, going 36-0, 15-0, 27-0. Like, I had a perfect KD on this game. That doesn't mean... Am I bad at the game? Like, is that what it is? Because I don't think that could be the case. So, how is this game bad to you as an Overwatch player? Because I'm an Overwatch player, an ex-Overwatch player, and I did pretty good in competitive games, but I'm good at the game, and then when you're bad at it, there's something wrong with it. It kind of sounds like a skill issue. And it's funny because as an Overwatch player, I know all the sayings. I remember back in Overwatch 1 when I died to a Symmetra, a full-powered Zarya, a Moira, and I'm constantly screaming at my screen telling them to nerf this character, and they never will. In fact, they'll come out next season and they'll buff them out of spite for you. Because, let's face it, some characters are good, but at the end of the day, it's the player who plays them. These characters are optimized for the game, and for a game like this, where the abilities are supposed to coincide with each other, in fact, help each other, and you get new abilities depending on who is on your team, it kind of makes sense that they knew what they were doing putting it together. So it really does sound like Iron Man is a boring character. Oh my gosh, I can't play Iron Man, he was so boring, his kit was so bland, the flying was atrocious, I couldn't even tell where I was going. And then they'll say, Spider-Man was the best character, dude. I had so much fun with Spider-Man. His kit was amazing. It was fluid. It was perfect web slinging. It felt something straight out of the PlayStation game. Like, dude, I hated Punisher and Star-Lord. My best friend, like one of them, those were his two mains. I loved Scarlet Witch and the Hulk. My other friend, great friend of mine, best friend, said he hated both of those characters. It comes down to what character you're good at and what your skill set is. That's kind of the point of Overwatch. If you can't play Moira and you can't play Tracer, you don't sit there and play those characters and say, this is bad, man. They should just remove these characters from the game. They're so bad. Like, why are they even in the game? Why does this game even exist? They're so bad. Why are you that character? Switch. There's a million of them. It's all based on your gameplay. Which brings me to another thing I like about this game. A lot of people seem to hate the balancing. A lot of people are like, oh, this is OP, this is OP. I said a lot during this game. I recorded a lot while playing it. So this is what I said to the balancing stuff my first time playing the game. I think a one-of-a-kind thing about this game also is how consequential the ults are. When you play a game like Overwatch, where the ults are so, you kind of need to use them sparingly. This game, you can kind of just use them and you'll get it back pretty quickly, but also the ults do so much that it kind of matters to use it. And stuff like that is so important in a game like this, where you can just do stuff like this, and it matters. Unlike, you know, Malga or Venture, when they were both introduced to the game, where it's like, look how OP they are! And then they got introduced to Overwatch, and now they're like, oh, you can play them, but apparently they're buffed now because of some update or whatever. That was crazy. Love that guy. An ultimate in any game is an ability that you charge up, and it'll charge up faster based on your skill, how much kills you get, how much you stay alive, how well you use your abilities. And the ultimate is supposed to be a game-changer move. That's why in Overwatch 1 you had Death Blossom, you had ults that healed the entire team within seconds, you had ults that gave the team more health, you had ults like D.Va's Bomb, which would take out the entire team in seconds, allowing you to push a payload. You have ults like Sigma, who takes people into the air, allowing you to take them off the payload. You have Reinhardt, who stuns people. Like, there are so many ults in Overwatch that are consequential game-saving ults. But we now live in an era where ultimates kind of don't matter. It's like, oh, I'll use Meteor... What's it called? Is it called Meteor Fist? Doomfist ult. I don't remember. I genuinely have just forgotten about Overwatch. But that ult, like, if you landed in a span of people, it would kill them. All of them. In Overwatch 2, it does like 100 damage. It's all based on your skill set and your combo move, even though it's a weird nerf. It's kind of how it works, but Overwatch is constantly switching characters' abilities and reworking them and changing their ults. But I really feel like it's a matter of Overwatch, like, how would Sombra work in the world of Overwatch 2? Okay, well, we're going to change her to fit Overwatch 2 more. How would Roadhog work in Overwatch 2? Because we never knew how to make Roadhog work, because he's either too buffed or too nerfed. Oh, alright, let's just change him completely. And there was talks about doing that to Reaper a while back, when Reaper is arguably one of the most balanced characters in Overwatch. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole mess. But I genuinely think that the balancing in Marvel Rivals works. Because, one, these are heroes. These are established superheroes from an IP. And if you had one character weaker from the other, you know, there'd be backlash. People would be upset. It's like, oh, Scarlet Witch is one of the most powerful characters in Marvel Comics. One of the most powerful characters in the MCU. I love her. She's mommy. I adore her. Why does she not kill everything in one hit? Okay, well, her ult does that. Iron Man is a super genius who took on Thanos and won. He was one of the most important characters of the MCU. How come his ult doesn't do any damage? Boom, it does. Groot should be able to build walls and, like, use his abilities better. Boom, he does. I have no issue with the flying in this game. A lot of people say to have an issue with it, but again, if that's the case, maybe you're not meant to play a flying character. Maybe you're supposed to play Winston Hulk, or Diva Penny Parker, or Wrecking Ball Venom. You know, just play someone else to fit your thing. One of my favorite superhero in Marvel is Spider-Man, but I could not for the life of me figure out how to play Spider-Man in that game, because I couldn't find the setting to do the web mechanic, and it was driving me crazy. But in the future, maybe I'll learn him. I love playing Storm, Scarlet Witch, Iron Man, Hulk, Groot, Magneto. Oh, Magneto was so fun. Like, there was a lot of fun ideas and passion in this game, and I see leaks and stuff coming for this game, and I'm so excited. And it's so full of passion and love. And will there be a battle pass? Probably. Will skins cost $20 a piece? I can guarantee it. But I have full faith in this game. And it drives me so crazy to see all these Overwatch players be so butthurt that this game is giving fans what they want, and Overwatch players are like, oh, it's time to play the Overwatch clone, it's time to play the Overwatch ripoff, and they're bad at it. And their response is, this game is bad. This game is horrible. Do not play this game. Because they're used to Overwatch. They're an Overwatch coach. They're an Overwatch esports player. They've been in top 500, Diamond, Gold, Platinum, Master, Grandmaster. They have spent their entire life on Overwatch, as I once did. But I fully went into Marvel Rivals expecting to be garbage. And I came out so happy and so enthralled. Yes, it is a Marvel Overwatch, The difference is this game had effort and care, and it gave us what we were promised. And I'm sorry Overwatch won't give it to you. Does this game have flaws? Absolutely. Do I still think it's a clone of Overwatch? In a lot of aspects, yes, and I say a lot. But I feel the passion. I feel the care that went into this game, and it is what we were promised. At the end of the day, I'm excited to see where this game goes. I'm excited to see what characters they add, and everything feels balanced. It feels well put together. The frame rate had some issues, but that's because the maps can be destroyed, and a lot of the map can be destroyed. It was a huge, giant portion of it. As a healer, or as a strategist in a Vanguard, which is a support and DPS, you can take out a tank if you work with the team. This is a team game, which I think is something that's very much forgotten in Overwatch. Because I feel like a lot of people watch TikToks of people playing Overwatch where they'll flank and they'll take out stuff, as you just saw me do in this clip. I've played Overwatch for a huge part of my life. More than a quarter, if not nearly half of my life, if I added on a couple more years. And I didn't even play an entire day of this game. The flying is something a lot of people have a problem with it. I myself was able to catch on to it pretty easily. I think characters can be OP if you have characters on your team that coincide with the abilities. And it's not like you can't counter them. A lot of times, I'll play Iron Man, boom, Hela on the enemy team, and she'll destroy me instantly. I'm a Storm, boom, Iron Man go up and do that stupid beam move you're seeing me do over and over again just to see how many kills I can get with it. I don't think it's OP. I think it's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. I love Overwatch. I love the feeling I had when I played Overwatch, and that's what this game gave me. And that's what I hope people like me will go on and play this game and feel. Because at the end of the day, I don't feel what Overwatch 2 was supposed to feel. I waited years. I waited months. And when it got to that point, Overwatch 2 released around my birthday. It felt like a gift from God, that this game that I've waited so long for, that I was so excited for, that I was the best at. I was so good at Overwatch. And then I fell off. And I can respect that. I fell off of Overwatch. I used to be amazing, getting team kills every match, and that's not even false. I will post it to prove people wrong on that. I loved Overwatch. This game feels fresh. This game feels new, and it's not only because of probable recency bias, but I genuinely pick apart everything. If you come to this channel and you subscribe, which I highly hope you do, I pick apart so many things. You should see my review on Lawn Legs. That's a huge film this year, and man, do I give that film some business. I love this game, and I want people to love this game. I want to see this game succeed as much as I want to see Overwatch succeed. That's my genuine take. I didn't find that many flaws in the game. A lot of my friends did. My friends said the game was very flashy, and it was really hard to see at times, which I can get. I played this game in VR. I didn't have that issue. I'm also very focused on my reticle, so I could see exactly where I'm shooting. That's why I'm able to hit scan pretty decently. I didn't have too much of an issue with that. Again, the flying a lot of people have issue with. A lot of people have issue with some of the OP damage and stuff. Again, you just gotta find a character that works for you. I personally hate Venom, Punishers, and Spider-Mans. They really annoy me. Does that mean the game is bad? No, that genuinely means I need to higher my skill level so I can be good enough to go up against those players. And that's what Overwatch represented beforehand. It was a team game where your hero corresponded to you as a player. And it's a shame that you guys lost that. I found a game I like that corresponds to me as a player. It's also an IP that I grew up with, that I love, and it feels so sentimental. It's Marvel Overwatch. Why is that a bad thing? Why does it matter to you? If you don't want to play it, don't play it. Don't tell people not to play it just because you're bad at it, or just because you had a bad experience with it, just because you didn't get a code. Like I said, I spent mine on eBay. I had to go on eBay and get a code and a key for this game, which sucks, and it's really unfortunate. I love this game. Is it, quote, Marvel Overwatch? In aspects, in which a lot of aspects, I'd say yes. But as a game, it's its own thing, and I'm proud of it for being its own thing, because it gives us what it promises, it's another hero shooter, and you could say every hero shooter is Overwatch. You could say TF2 is Overwatch. Oh, the engineer is Torbjorn. Oh, the heavy is Mauga. The medic is Mercy. You could say that, and people have been for years. Thank you for watching this video if you watched all 40 minutes of it. I love both these games, and I want to see them both succeed. I'm so excited to keep posting Marvel Rivals, and I'm so excited to keep playing it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Peace out.